Um, hey, what's going on, everybody? Huvi 186 back again with another Huvi live stream. Um, let me see. Hold on. Give me a moment. Let me share this out real quick. Um, hmm. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. I'm doing good. Um, let's see what's been going on in my life so far. Oh yeah, I pre-ordered Tekken 7. I'm really excited for it. They've been releasing a bunch of different vignettes and stuff like that on Twitter and YouTube. So I'm really excited for the game. So this is easily my most hyped game of the year. That and Fire Pro Wrestling Pro obviously, but more so Tekken 7. I'm very hyped for it. I've been seeing some gameplay of it. Outside of some of the stuff that I kind of complained about on my last live stream. And before I continue, what I want to do is I want to take my live streams and kind of cut down certain parts so that I can make like I'll turn them into like normal videos in just in case people don't want to sit through like an hour of me just rambling and shit. So I'm trying to do that with the Tekken video. I have that my thoughts on Tekken video probably tomorrow. I actually have a viewer. That's cool. Um, I don't know how to check the chat from here unless I go to my phone. But thank you guys for watching, and obviously this will be uploaded afterward. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm not gonna do all my videos like that. If it's like a video that like needs to be discussed, I'll do a normal video. But for like topics like like my thoughts on games and stuff like that, I rather do that. So all right, let me just share this link out real quick, and then we can get started with what we're talking about. Really nothing outside of the gaming. Nothing outside of gaming that I really want to talk about right now. So we'll just get to the gaming stuff. When we get a chance. For those of you who are watching or going to be watching, um, I have a couple videos I made. I made one on that bum JTech TV, and yeah, that was the only one I've done for the past duration since my last live stream. This is officially episode 1, so these from now on. With my new laptop, makes it easier to do these. All right, so let me share this out on Twitter. Let's see. Give me a moment. So as you can see on the title, I have a couple things that I wanted to talk about. This doesn't take an hour, or I mean, it'll probably take an hour. I ain't gonna lie, but but hopefully it won't take longer than that because obviously I got some gaming to do. Then I gotta go to work. So I'm almost done here. Ah, come on. All right, that should be everything. Yeah, that should be everything. Okay, so I sent it out. All right, so we can pretty much begin from here. I guess the first topic we'll discuss is the Destiny 2 I guess parody issue. The game this news kind of had died down, but I have my thoughts on it. The game was revealed last couple. last couple days. But I haven't seen none of it 'cause I don't give a flying fuck about Destiny. Destiny, to be honest with you, I did buy that game for my nieces. They seem to like it. But me, I don't give a flying fuck about Destiny. But thing that I think caught a lot of people's attention is going to be 30 FPS, and it's going to be 30 FPS across the board. Now, obviously, you have Scorpio coming out this year and being touted as the most powerful console on planet Earth. So, you have a few Xbox dudes who are saying, "Oh, why is it not 60? This and that." I know Mikey Barra made some comments about developers are free to kind of do what they want, and that they can make a game however they want, whatever Xbox platform it is, regardless of whether it's the one Scorpio or on Windows Live. So so you there's been a lot of talk about parity and shit like that, and I think they use the example of what happened with Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, if I want to look this up real quick 'cause I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong about this. About AC Unity and why there may be a difference between the two. Let me see, because I think a lot of people, obviously a lot of PlayStation 4 fanboys and fans, I guess, they blamed the Xbox One, because remember, Microsoft had marketing rights to Assassin's Creed Unity, and they blamed that platform being the lead, I guess, the lead for that development. They used I believe they used the Xbox One as the lead development, the lead platform for development, and the game was a broken, buggy mess. But they use that as an example, and they kind of use that as the example to turn around and bash the Pro as the reason why Destiny 2 is only capped at 30. Now, there is a difference, right? There is a difference. It doesn't excuse the stupidity of blaming one platform for a game being bad. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Assassin's Creed Unity is dog shit. Was dog shit. I don't know how it is now. I don't know how it performs. I don't play Assassin's Creed. I'm not interested in that. But a lot of people use the Xbox One as the scapegoat for why that game sucked. And when if I remember correctly, both versions of that game was absolute dog shit. Period. So that part. I don't understand why people got upset. Over that. That's bullshit. But regardless, you see a lot of people using that example as the reason why they're going after. Um, as far as the reason why they're going after, Sony and the Pro. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at chat right now. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll put that out there. Um, yeah, so they're using that as a reason why they're at least in my opinion that's the genesis of why they're doing that. My overall point is this, right? Sorry for rambling, but I got a bunch of stuff going on. But here's my overall point. It The only way you're going to truly see the power of the Scorpio is from first party themselves, right? That's where you're going to see its true potential with first party. Would would it shock me to think that the Scorpio can do 4K 60? I'm sure it can. I'm 100% sure it can. Do I think that it can run? It can do. Do I think the Pro can do 4K 60? Yes, I do. Because the way some of these fanboys talk about the Pro, you act like this thing's probably weaker than the OG Xbox. You know what I mean? Like people act like this thing's like the weakest thing ever created, calling it a half step or whatnot. Right? The fact is, developers is going to be the reason why this system succeeds or fails. Is regarding that, based on let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. Not necessarily a failing because I don't think this. I think the system is what it is, and I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be something that Sony is gonna have to worry about as far as sales. But the potential of the system can only be realized by first party. In my opinion, it will only be realized by first party. Talk about parity and all the other stuff. Kill the noise because that to me, all it is just talking bullshit, and it was the same way with Unity. But as the difference between the situation with Unity is that the platform that I was on were on somewhat equal footing, right? They're like Unity on PS4. Remember, I think this was the first Assassin's Creed game that was not available on the last gen console. It wasn't available on PS3 and 360. So this was available on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Right? So people looked at that when the whole thing came out and how the game was completely buggy and the Xbox One version ran the best, even though it all ran like dog shit. You know what I mean? At least with the console, I'm sure it performed better on. Obviously, it performed better on PC, but we're talking about the consoles here. And I know a lot of people jumped the gun and be like and blame Microsoft and the Xbox One being weak for that game being dog shit. And in my opinion, the reason why that game was dog shit was because of the developer. It had nothing to do with the platform itself. It was because of the developer. It doesn't matter what platform a game is on. The developers is on them to make a game for that platform, right? Limitations and all. If you make a game that sucks or that has tons of bugs, you can blame the console till you're blue in the face. At the end of the day, it's on the developer, make that game, work on that console. Right. So I thought that the AC no parity thing for PS4 fans and fanboys was stupid. And just like how I feel like this is stupid also. Now the difference between the AC Unity and Destiny is that this game is coming out not just for the Pro and for the Scorpio. It's also coming out for the PS4 vanilla and Xbox One vanilla. And to my and based on what I'm hearing from different YouTubers and from I think Activision or Bungie have said this, they don't want to. They're not interested in giving you know people who bought PS4s and Xbox Ones a disadvantage when it comes to stuff like that. Resolution like that shit don't matter. Like that shit don't matter. It's about mainly is really is about frame rate. So because obviously Scorpio players are going to be playing with Xbox One players and vice versa, and the same thing goes for Pro and PS4s. So they don't want the Pro people going after like having an advantage over the vanilla PS4 users. They don't want that. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of that's I think that's why they're capping it at 30. Now, do I think it should be 60? Yes. It should be 60. Nowadays, these games right now in this generation, all games should be 60 FPS. I truly believe that. But it's not to me, at least for me, it's not a deal breaker. It's not like, oh, I'm not gonna play the game if it's 60. I know I'm not like that. But but at the same time, I do believe that all games should be 60. But even at 30, I mean, all you guys played the original Destiny because of it. So that was 30. So what's the big deal now? You know what I mean? I think a lot of this is just fanboy driven. Looks like a lot of things. Looks like a lot of things are fanboy driven. So that's really it about Destiny. I really don't give a flying fuck about that game. Do then that's fine. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Now on to Lawbreakers. Now, when I originally saw Lawbreakers, I thought it was a cool concept. I mean, I kind of also thought that I would get like really motion sick playing that game because the game definitely crazy. But like I said, the game looked cool, right? But at the time, it was only announced on PC. I think most people kind of figured that the game would come out on consoles at some point. and yesterday they announced that the game is coming out on consoles. However, the game is only going to be coming out as far as consoles goes. Is only going to be available on PS4 as of the time being, and that obviously that caused a stir. And my opinion on it is pretty much this, right? I think there's two frames of thought that I have on this. One is it's a business decision. They went with the console that had the larger user base. And I think that's just how it is. But I also think this is a very interesting decision that they made because for one, it's a new IP. You know what I mean? I think it's multiplayer only. It's gonna be $30, right? And the way I look at it, I find it interesting that a guy who is really pretty much synonymous with the Xbox brand and Cliffy B has decided. I mean, I don't know if it was completely his decision, but I assume that he's the head at Boss Key Studios. So I would be shocked if he didn't have any say so in all this. That the fact that that game head by that guy who helped generate Microsoft's second biggest IP next to Halo and Gears is now basically saying that the game is going to be completely is going to be only at least console wise going to be available only on PS4. I find that to be kind of interesting because for those of you who probably don't remember when though after the whole 2013 E3 thing happened with Microsoft get kind of shooting themselves in the foot and Sony pretty much capitalizing on it. You remember one of the guys who was not singing Sony's praises that day was Cliffy B. Remember, he said that Sony didn't win anything at E3. He was saying that pretty much saying that what Microsoft was planning on doing is the future of gaming. And for him to go from there, four pretty much 4 years later, we're approaching 4 years now. 4 years later, basically saying that we're bringing this game to PS4 and not Xbox One. That to me is interesting to say the least. I can't find better words to say than interesting, and it's indicative of what's gone on this generation with the complete and utter flip when it comes to what has happened with the PS4 and Xbox One, and the whole complete flip between what happened last generation and this generation. It's very interesting to see him make those comments, especially considering his past with Microsoft and his original thoughts on the PS4 reveal. Now there's been some chatter about only PS4 gamers now they care about the game and all the other stuff. I've seen a lot of people tweet that, and to me the way I look at it is simple. The game was only available on PC. So until there was a console reveal, what is there to be excited about? There really was nothing to really be excited about, you know, unless it was announced on your game on your platform of choice. Now to be honest, I didn't see a lot of hype surrounding this game as far as from dudes who game on PC. I didn't see a lot of dudes hype that game, at all. Like, I didn't see a lot of PC dudes hype it. Now, part of it could be the fact that the game doesn't have a release date. At least I don't think it does, and I didn't think it did. So now with the announcement and everything like that, yeah, I mean, is it shocking that some people are excited about it? No, it's not shocking, and I'm sure some of it are happy. Some people are happy because now they get to add it to the list to their imaginary console war list. That's part But that part of the case is that this game has no release date and it was only available on PC. And at the end of the day, you know, it's announced. It has a well known figurehead at the head of the game, and to my knowledge, they haven't made bad games. You know what I mean? I'm kind of playing the evolution of their creating this. I'm playing Gears 4 currently. just finished Act Two. Act Two was fucking nuts. You know what I mean? Act Two was fucking nuts. I'm playing that game. And it's a great game. So to me, why wouldn't you be excited? There's a lot of dudes, the same dudes who are bashing for being excited, completely forgot the fact that those dudes, the same dudes, were excited for a game in Recore because it had Keiji Inafune of, I think it's called Metro. I think it was Metro Prime. I think those created Metro Prime to make a game in Recore. A lot of the same dudes were excited about it because of that reason. So why can't PlayStation gamers be excited for Lawbreakers when you have a team led by Cliffy B, well-respected figure in the industry, being the head of this game? Like I don't get the hypocrisy here. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the hypocrisy here. You can always find a fanboy angle in anything, in any announcement, right? You know, Sony can announce tomorrow that you can change your name on PSN. Of course, PlayStation gamers and fanboys are gonna get excited. You know what I mean? Of course, they're gonna get excited. That's just that. You know, when you come to announcements like this, you're always going to get a level of excitement group from the fanboy. You're always going to. So it is what it is. You know, as for me, I want to see more. I didn't see a lot so far. I do want to see more to see if I'm interested or not. I don't know if the motion sickness thing is gonna get to me eventually with that game. See more before I make a decision on that. So, all right. So the last topic of the day is going to involve Sony and their third party marketing deals. Now, um, as you can see, I know someone pointed this out. There's a there they've gone ham on these third party marketing deals, right? You look at, I think they have Red Dead, they have Call of Duty, they have what else do they have? I mean, they have Far. Apparently, they have Far Cry. What else do they have? Um, what else do they have? Um, shit, I can't remember. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. But trust me, there's a lot. They have a lot of marketing deals. They've gone ham on that. And to be honest with you, they've done this this generation for their fall lineup, because you know obviously their fall lineups have been you know lackluster to say the least when it comes to some of the games that they come out with on the last half of the year. They kind of like to stagger their releases for the beginning, which I think partly due to delays and stuff like that. I don't think that strategy is 100% deliberate. I think some of it had to do with delays and stuff like that. But like you said, and so what they done this generation is taking the third party marketing deals and kind of get the big budget ones, and you know obviously they use that as a way to market their system in the fall. You know what I'm saying? And but this year they seem to be that have gone over the top with it. This year it seems very nuts. Um, they've gone really over the top with it this year, and this is coming off of arguably the best collection of exclusive releases that we've seen in a while. You know, from Sony, from Neo to Near Automata to Horizon Zero Dawn to Persona 4. No, not Persona 4. Persona 5. You know, you got 5 games that are over 85% Metacritic, releasing all in one, you know, quarter. That's pretty fucking impressive. You know what I mean? And they're obviously they still have games coming out later on. You know, obviously you still have Hot Shots Golf. You have Grant. I think GT Sport is guaranteed to come out this year. And I do believe that one of the games that they showed last year E3 will come out this year, and I believe that game is going to be Detroit. I do believe Detroit is coming out this year. God of War, I think it will be delayed till next year. Um, what else? Days Gone, I don't think it is close to being ready, so I think that will be a 2018 title. But Detroit is the one that I think will come out this year, later on this year also. So they still have games coming out in the fall, but you know, at the end of the day, like they have their goal to promote their product with the biggest game. Period. You know what I mean? Because I think that does matter to people. When you're watching TV, or if you're watching an ad on YouTube, or what have you, you look at they're promoting Call of Duty World War II, right? They're promoting Far Cry 5. They're promoting Red Dead. You see. I think they also have I think they also have marketing rights to Battlefront too. So I mean, you look at the next Battlefront game. You see the commercial. Oh, this game look cool. This and that, and then you see the PlayStation logo at the end. That's a pretty big fucking deal. That's a pretty big deal, especially for casual, because you have to remember, casual gamers, casual consumer, they don't have the same knowledge of gaming that hardcore gamers like myself and others do, right? They don't have the same type of knowledge, right? They kind of look at their thing and be like, they're like whatever. Like they look at TV, they get opinions from other people to buy their games and buy their consoles and stuff like that. So having that marketing deal is a pretty big deal. The one thing that annoys me about the marketing deals really had nothing to do with the companies themselves. Like the company, they do it, so that it's an easy way to market their platform. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is every time a new game is announced, right? The first thing that I hear from people is, oh, who has the marketing rights? You know what I mean? They seem like more people are more interested in the marketing rights of a game than the fucking gameplay, than the game itself. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Like I'm looking at, I look on Twitter, and this definitely hit me when Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced. The first like 5 6 tweets I look is talking about who has the marketing deal. Like I'm like, fuck, is that really all you niggas care about? Like seriously? That's all you guys care about is who has the marketing deal. It's insane. Like and you see a lot of this going on within that fanboy community about who has marketing deals and why isn't Microsoft spending the money on it and all the other stuff, and it's nuts, man. I personally don't get it, man. That's how it is. Oh shit. What's up, Wolf? Uh, yeah, that's the homie right there, man. Wolf Low, man. That dude's the homie right there. So so yeah, man. Like I was saying, man. Like that part of it annoys me when I see gamers on Twitter and on YouTube, just talking up, marketing deals, right? Like I'm like, you guys aren't talking about the fucking games. Because again, all of us should look past that bullshit. We all know who has marketing deals on what, right? That doesn't matter. We all know that the fucking game's coming out on multiple platforms. So like, so I mean, like, let's skip that bullshit and let's talk about the games. And the funny thing is, I see some, like very few, not a lot. Now I see a lot of the Xbox dudes talking about how this is bad for Sony and whatnot, and that this is bad for gaming. And I see some people talking about how, oh, it's not fair Sony gets all these marketing rights and stuff like that. And the thing is that even like I look back at what happened with Titanfall 2, right? Titanfall 2 had marketing rights. Titanfall 2 had marketing rights. Like Microsoft had marketing rights to Titanfall 2. And even still, what did a lot of the Xbox fanboys bitch and complain about? A fucking blue disc on Twitter. Them showcasing a blue disc. You know what I mean? Like it's so stupid. Like it doesn't fucking matter to you guys. All you guys care about is fucking. God, it's so annoying. All they care about is pretty much, like, hey, this game is that's all they care about. All they care about is making the Xbox One look good. Same thing with PlayStation fanboy with the PS4. But to me, like that. It is what it is when it comes to fanboys. But let me see. Let me look at the chat real quick. I agree. Yeah, Wolf is right, man. The war is over. The war is completely over. Like there is no war. Like I mean, to be honest with you, there is no war. Like again, Sony. I believe if I'm gonna take an estimate, highly educated guess, I believe they're 30 million ahead when it comes to consoles. Like the war is over. There's no sense in trying to fight it anymore. You know what I mean? And the thing is that now everything's gonna shift back to where this generation originally started from, which is which is power and resolution with the Scorpio coming out. And also let me backtrack to the marketing thing. I think to be honest with you, I think that's part of the reason why Sony's been aggressive when it comes to marketing deals because the Scorpio's coming out this year and they're going to be touting the power and all the other stuff and they're going to be showcasing their games. They're going to be showcasing their games, especially older games. At least I think that what they're going to do. And 4K and the best visual light possible. That's why I do believe that Sony has gotten a lot of these third party marketing deals because they want to combat Scorpio for the fall. And to me, that's smart. That's very smart on their part because at the end of the day, they know that this thing is going to be a beast, and they know that this thing, you never know when it comes to something like this. Something like this can take off like that, even if you don't really expect it. Especially if the price point is I mean is on point. Let's say if this thing's $400, that's a very enticing deal for a console that is going to be very powerful, and a console that's going to be more powerful than the Pro. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of the reason why they have the market. That's why I think they've been very aggressive when it comes to marketing. But my overall point, is that the console war is over. Right, it's over. Everything's gonna revert back to power and resolution and all the other stuff. Everything's gonna revert back to it. And if that's what you guys want, then that's fine. But at the end of the day, the what's always been important, what's always been important is the software. You can have the most powerful console in the world. You can even have an underpowered piece of garbage. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what matters most is the games, and that's always been the case. It's always been the case. It's like with the whole thing with the launch of the Xbox One and PS4, and people talking about all PlayStation gamers talked about was power, and that's true. Like there's no denying that. But you also have to take into account that you had a console that was more expensive, but yet less powerful. That matters. That matters. If they were the same price, power would not be as big of a factor. But considering that the weaker console was also the more expensive console, aided in kind of created that type of narrative. And then you add to the fact that the industry in general, the gaming journalists are very opportunistic anyway. You know what I mean? They know that if they put an article saying, talking the reason why they do that is because you fucking fanboys go to their site, you post the site, you post their article in Twitter, and you bitch and complain about it. At the end, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck if you guys agree or disagree. They like the fact that you guys are linking the article and fucking going ham on it. That's all they care about. And I guarantee you that was motivated by some of these gaming journalists. Absolutely, it was because they know that those articles trigger fanboys. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it is. You know what I mean? And like that's just how it's how the gaming industry where that's how the gaming community is with the fanboy sector. That at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like they know that they can get you guys. They can get you guys to go nuts over stupid articles. They know that. I agree. Wolf, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. To me, I think I'd much rather see Microsoft invest in more third party studios. I think that, and now again, it's on them if they want to use the strategy that they have now, then that's fine. That's on them. Like I already bought the Xbox One. I like my Xbox One, but I think it would behoove them to have to have more to have more first party studios and stuff like that. In my opinion, to kind of because again, a lot of the other stuff they've done with the Xbox brand have been really good. You know, what I mean, you look at the Xbox Games Pass has they have that going for it. Games for Gold has gotten a lot better. They've catered their console more towards gamers this generation. All that stuff is good, but the thing is that as they've done that, their their list of new IP that they needed has kind of dwindled. You know what I mean? You look at the beginning of this generation, you know, they seem this generation they you saw Rise, you had Sunset Overdrive, you had obviously the prospects of a Scalebound, a new type of Fable Legends game, probably like Phantom Dust reboot. You had all these things, and now that has kind of quieted down. Now maybe it's because they kind of don't want to announce games out, before they don't want to announce games, before they're like truly ready to be done. Like that could be a part of it. I know Phil Spencer has said stuff about that, but you look at we still haven't seen a Cuphead. You know what I mean? We haven't seen nothing of Crackdown. That's the game supposed to come out this year. We haven't seen much of Crackdown. We haven't seen much of Sea of Thieves. We haven't seen those games. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of the reason why they might be keeping stuff close to the vest. But at the end of the day, you look at what Sony's done with creating Neo, and they already have Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what I mean? Plus you have Detroit, I believe, which like I said earlier, I do believe Detroit is coming out this year. They got they got new IPs, and their new IPs have been successful. And Microsoft, by to be honest with you, haven't been. You know what I mean? So I think they do need. I think they do need to. I think Microsoft when it comes. Hopefully they impress in E3, man. Hopefully they impress. Yeah, they do. Absolutely, they do. They do. They absolutely like fanboys nowadays. They have a bigger voice now because like you look at Twitter, you look at some of the biggest headlines that's happened this year has been driven by fanboys. When you think about it, look at Phil Spencer, right? The whole thing that happened with Quantum Break, right? With the whole is coming out on PC thing. His comment to that piece of garbage crap gamer made headlines throughout the industry, right? Made headlines throughout the industry when that piece of garbage said that he's not buying he's not buying Quantum Break because it's coming out on PC because quote Phil lied to them. And you look at some of what some of the situation that happened with Mike Ibarra, Aaron Greenberg, and Phil Spencer. Like all those questions, all those like responses that make headline news, they're all driven by fanboys. And you look at their presence, even though they get shit on by Weapon Wheel podcast on the daily. Getting 500 plus viewers, that's a lot of viewers, and it's a lot more viewers than a more legitimate um Xbox podcast. Because at the end of the day, what they want, but men are just as drama starved as women. Like women always have this reputation of being drama starved, and trust me, I know. I have two sisters. I know countless women. They like drama, right? But men do too. Absolutely, men do too. Men are just as drama starved as women, and in some cases more so. And that's what creates viewers. And on you, especially on YouTube, not gameplay. Not gameplay. It's fucking drama. You know what I mean? And trust me, it happens. It happens on my channel. Like some of the some of my most watched channels have to do with me like shitting on guys like Crap Gamer and Zaire and stuff like and Mooch. Like that Mooch video I made, which wasn't like overtly going against him, but I was just speaking my opinion on it. You know what I mean? So like I was just speaking my opinion on what happened to him. That got damn near 2,000 views. And you look at the rest of my channel, I don't get no views. And I'm not complaining because like I don't take YouTube that seriously. But like I said, that's just people want the drama. That's just how it is. But anyways, I think that's about it. I gotta get to some gaming. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you, Wolflow, for adding like what 20 minutes, adding 20 minutes to the live stream. I really appreciate it. But yeah, but I'll always always appreciate the support from Wolflow and for everybody else. Like I said before, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. This is Huvi 186, and I am out. Peace.